president known for sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
It's funny how Republicans and Christians say we're trying to indoctrinate the youth when they created Sunday school and vacation Bible school.
Biblical shit in the classroom.
Get them while they're young.
Look, I'm not opposed to having some religious stuff, but it needs to be like everybody. If you're going to teach about this thing, when we have our little cutesy seasonal do now, little, welcome work where kids are being taught about religions. I say kids, I teach 11th graders. But, it's not
learners.
just for Christmas. We got a plethora of stuff. We learn about all of it so that it's, not quote unquote indoctrination. We need to touch on why all of it matters, the value of it.
When half the U.S. states make it illegal to teach critical race theory, and now the Supreme Court, I think right at the end of June, said it's legal for parents to opt their kids out of teaching them about queer things.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in a fundamentalist cult. You've ever heard of the Duggars? Like that.
God, like the family?
Yeah, like that.
Ooh.
That kind of family unit. Luckily, there was no Josh. But I grew up never hearing the word heterosexual because that would imply there was something that wasn't. Never heard about queer people, never heard about... my curriculum came from Florida, which is Pensacola Christian College. They're on the American hate group registration, which is half the people who donated to Trump is on that list somewhere. And it's like, I was only taught about colonialization as a good thing. And we only attacked the Indians because they tried to take our women. Of course, they failed to realize we hit them first.
Yeah.
And manifest destiny is a good thing. It is not.
See, I was raised here, so...
Really?
So
Okay.
from California, stayed here, taught 2 years in Ohio from Teach for America, my first 2 years teaching, then have been teaching here ever since. But I always thought it was a bad thing. But that's the difference between, states having the right to choose what can and can't be taught and what the curriculum is, and luckily in California it is pretty laxed in the sense that teachers are able to have more autonomy over things, and a lot of, not all of them obviously, but a lot of teachers in California tend to care a little bit more about getting the real truth out there, getting diverse voices.
Parents don't know what's best for their kids. If that were true, not true, CPS wouldn't be a thing. Parents don't know what's good for their kids because if you grow up in a family where you're isolated, controlled, and the only movies and curriculum or information is based on your tiny little view of this is the only form of religion or behavior acceptable, which all religions and denominations think that. That's hilarious. You will never have an objective point of view, and whatever choices you make concerning your religion isn't a choice because there is no other choice. It's funny my siblings think they chose to be Christian when they don't know anything about anything else. I never learned evolution. Still haven't learned it. Yeah. So, I've been in therapy for 2 years. I just don't understand. Parents want to erase, queer history. It's hard enough to get it legal to teach black history, so forget about queer history getting approved.
Yeah, it's interesting because I have a lot of family that is far more conservative. So I'm registered independent but liberal leaning because I care about rights and shit, and there's too many people on the right that would throw away things, and then but anytime I try to talk to, especially my Nana, who's significantly more conservative, about when she's like, oh, but their teachers are trying to blah, blah, I'm like, first of all, your granddaughter is a teacher in a California, very liberal public school, in a pro-black charter school specifically, Nana. Define for me what critical race theory means to you. Let me tell you what I do in the classroom. Does that sound like such a bad thing? And then I explain in the books we read and what we talk about. She's like, well, no, Shiny, that's not bad. I'm like, it's critical race theory, according to their definition.
Yes, you look.
And it's when you actually talk about what it is, it's like, oh no, that's not a problem, but it's the fear mongering that makes people think it's an issue when it's